Good morning, students. This video lecture is to help you revise Pressy writing. We have already done this in the class once before, but I thought it will be a good idea to revise the topic and actually give you an exercise whereby you can practice Pressy writing. So, just to help you revise, here are a few points that you need to remember while you are writing a Pressy of a passage. So, let's take a look at some of the things that you should remember. Okay, so the first thing that you should keep in mind is the fact that a Pressy is actually a summary. So, when I'm talking about Pressy writing, I'm actually talking about writing a summary or summary writing. Now, a Pressy writing is an exercise in compression. What I really mean by this is that, of course, Pressy writing is all about presenting information uh, in a in less words. That's what it really means. And a Pressy is in that sense the gist of a passage expressed in as few words as possible. So it basically presents, it basically gives us the core ideas of a passage. Okay, it's that's what it is all about. A Pressy should give all essential points so that anyone reading it will be able to understand the idea expressed in the original passage. Okay, so this is again very important for you all to remember that a Pressy only gives the essential points. Okay, the important points. Okay, note that Pressy writing is different from paraphrasing. In a paraphrase, you should give all the details. You should not leave out any details. A paraphrase will be at least as long and sometimes longer than the original. A Pressy, on the other hand, must always be shorter than the original. It should express only the main theme, that too as briefly as possible. So this point, of course, makes it very clear that there is a difference between Pressy writing and paraphrasing. So what I was doing when I was teaching you all The Merchant of Venice was paraphrasing. I was basically paraphrasing the words that were already there in the text to help you understand things better. Okay, because paraphrasing is basically supposed to provide a detailed explanation of in other set of words. Therefore it can be sometimes longer than the original. A Pressy writing, on the other hand, is just a summary of the original passage, which is why it needs to be very, very concise. Now, as far as the length of Pressy or a summary is concerned, there are no rigid rules regarding the length. But as a general rule, it should not contain more than a third of the total number of words in the original passage. So the length of the Pressy should be one third, ideally, should be one third of the original passage. Nevertheless, in case you feel you need to uh, write a longer summary or a longer Pressy so that you can explain all the ideas that are there in the original passage, then please don't adhere to this rule. Okay, so be wise when it comes to the length of the Pressy. Keep this in mind that it's more than the length. What is of uh, core importance when it comes to Pressy writing is the fact that all the essential points, all the important points that the passage makes need to be included. Okay, but yes, superfluous information, anything that is let's say getting repeated in the paragraph, that needs to be avoided. So avoid repetition, be very, very concise, be very, very precise, and try to keep it as short as possible. Now, what are the uses of Pressy writing? Now, most people read carelessly and fail to fully comprehend the meaning of the passage. So, Pressy writing forces them to pay attention to what they read, because no one can write a summary of a passage unless they read it carefully. So, summarizing teaches one to read with concentration. This is definitely there. So, in some ways, Pressy writing also helps you to comprehend the text better. So, reading comprehension also gets better when you write a Pressy of a passage. So this is one function that is served by Pressy writing. The second thing is that it helps to improve your overall writing skills. It teaches you how to express your thoughts clearly, concisely, and effectively. You learn to choose your words carefully and construct your sentences in a logical and concise manner. The information that I've used here has of course been taken from a particular source on the internet. I've embedded the hyperlink here. You can take a look if you want to, although it gives the same information. I thought I should acknowledge the source from where I've taken the information. Okay, now there are certain things that you need to do while writing a précis. Some things you need to keep in mind when you're writing a précis or a summary. Okay, first thing you need to do is to give it an appropriate title. Okay, very important that you give it an appropriate title. And the next thing that you need to keep in mind is that you need to start your précis with the main idea, the most important idea that the paragraph is trying to make. So before you start writing a précis, before you actually start writing a summary, you should read through the passage carefully. Okay, read through the passage carefully. Only then will you be in a position to actually write the précis. So very important. Very important that you read through the passage in its entirety. After that, you will be able to understand what the main idea is. Then pick up that main idea and start with that when you're writing the summary. So start your précis with the main idea so that the reader can quickly understand the essence of the précis. Now, the next point that you need to remember is that while writing a précis, you need to cover all the points, as in whatever points have been made by the original passage need to be included in the summary. Again, in a concise fashion. So describe and discuss them equally. This is also there. Once the main idea or the essence is discussed, you can follow it up with some methods, facts, points, etc. Okay, this is something that you need to remember. Okay, as a précis is concise, compress it and make sure that the length is available for you to retain the important data, keywords, and the concept. This is what I was telling you all about when I was discussing uh, the idea of the ideal length of a précis in the previous slide. So again, it's important that all the important data or the concepts that are there in the original paragraph should be included in the précis. So don't pay too much attention to the length, but yes, the length should not be too much either. Like it should not be very long. It needs to be short. Okay. And how can you keep it short? You can keep it short by removing the irrelevant data or sentences. Whatever is not relevant, whatever is redundant, whatever is getting repeated in the paragraph, that you can avoid. Now, please remember that examples are usually not included in a précis. Let's say there is a detailed example and the author has tried to use the example to elaborate upon a point. Then you can just say that so and so person has uses this example to elaborate this point. That's it. You can just mention the example if you feel it is important, but you need not discuss the example at length in a précis. It will defeat the purpose of writing a summary in the first place, because a summary is just supposed to give you the main points. It's not supposed to elaborate on things. Okay. If you are mentioning anything related to history or any historical data, then make sure that it is written in the past tense only. Very important. Keep this point in mind. Okay, what kind of language needs to be used while writing a précis? It needs to be objective and formal. Okay, and a précis usually makes use of indirect speech and past tense. Now, there are certain things that you should not do while writing a précis, while writing a summary. What are these things? Now, the first thing that you need to remember is that a précis is just a summary. It is not a paragraph or an essay where you can include your remarks, opinions, and criticism. Okay, so you cannot include your own remarks, opinions, and criticism in a précis. You will only take the fact and data that is given in the paragraph. Okay, that is given in the passage. So the summary needs to only and only mention the facts or the points given in the original passage. Let's look at the third point. Also, during a précis writing, you cannot insert a question. If for any reason you need to insert one, do it in the form of a statement. So if let's say there are any rhetorical questions in the original passage, then again you need not state it in the same way. You need to, of course, turn it into a statement. Okay, next point that you need to remember is to avoid using contractions and abbreviations. Okay, so write the full form of every given word that you are, of course, using in the summary. Okay. Now, another point that you need to remember is that you need to avoid expressing yourself in staccato sentences. Now, what do I mean by staccato sentences? Staccato sentences is when, let's say, one sentence is going to the left and the other is going to the right, like without any flow in the writing. Don't let that be the case. Make sure that your summary is logical with each and every point connecting to each other. And again, the order in which the points will be mentioned will imitate the order in which they have been mentioned in the original paragraph. Okay, so make sure that your writing is very, very logical. It shouldn't look as if you have written a summary haphazardly. Okay, because if that is the case, then this will show that you have not understood the passage properly and have started writing a précis without thinking through it. So usually when you write a précis, you are supposed to write a draft and then make a final draft. But probably when you're writing a précis for your exam questions, you might not get that kind of time. So my advice to you will be read the passage carefully, make rough notes in your answer sheet at the back, and then write a proper fair summary of the passage. Okay. Next point you need to remember is to not lift words from the paragraph that you're summarizing. Okay, don't just pick up words. Okay, important words you can pick up, keywords you can pick up, but don't just pick up whole sentences from the original paragraph. Please don't do that. Try to present the information in a summary in your own words. Summarizing is all about presenting the information in your own words. Okay, so try writing the précis as much in your words as possible, and use one word substitution wherever possible. One word substitution is definitely in your syllabus. It is being taught to you for a particular purpose. So if you think a sentence is too long, of course, you can just substitute it with one word. That will save you some words actually. Okay, so a certain kind of an economy of words needs to be practiced when you're writing a précis. Please remember to economize the use of words while writing a summary or a précis. This is something that I'm telling you all, not just for your exams, but also for your future. Like whenever you have to write a précis or a summary, please make sure that you practice economy of words. Very important. Okay. Now again, don't write a précis like notes. It should ideally be in a paragraph form. Like when I was teaching you all note making in the previous semester. Of course, note making happens point wise, right? Don't write a précis like that. It need not be in points. I mean, if it's a very long précis, then yeah, maybe you might just have to make it in the point. Present the information in points, but otherwise ideally a précis is in a paragraph form because it only has main ideas in it. So try to present it in as few words as possible, the information. Okay, for an example or a sample précis, you can actually visit this website. I've pasted the link here. Take a look. I think it was a very good example. They have taken a good passage. Then they've also discussed how to select the main ideas. It's a very well. I mean, the guidance provided by this example is really good. They've actually given a passage and then discuss the main points that are there, and again what other ideas are related to it, and then presented the information as a summary. So really good. Please go through this example. It will help you learn how to write a good précis. Okay, this is it for today. This is all I have to say for précis writing. I'm sending an exam assignment with this video lecture. Please attempt it. Uh, don't try to find the solution for that assignment online, because I've created it on my own, so you will not find it online. don't think that it will be easy for you to find a summary of that passage online. So don't even attempt it. Just do it sincerely. Read through the passage again. Try to make notes of whatever you have read in the rough. Okay, make a rough draft of the summary and then wear it out and send it to me. This is all for today. In case you have any questions, problems, you can always message me or mail me. I'm more than happy to answer your questions. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching this and hearing me out. But please ensure that you students keep practicing. The only way you can get better at writing is if you practice more. So the more you practice, the better you get. The more you write, the more you'll also learn how to make proper use of the words. Okay, so this is also there. So thank you for today.